Good morning, good evening, salam alaikum. You might wonder what an Englishman like me is doing thinking about Afghanistan. I entered Afghanistan about 1 o'clock in the morning on the road between Mashhad to Herat. I had driven overland from England. My group drove south through Kandahar up to Kabul, over the Salang Pass, back again, and spent a little bit of time in Bamiyan, which I thought was the most extraordinarily beautiful place. The Buddhas at that time were relatively intact. And then spent about a week at Bandi Amir. Um, I was enormously impressed by that region. And 2 years later, I led a Oxford University expedition to spend 2 months at Bandi Amir. Our interest was migratory birds, and we ringed many thousands of migrant birds as they spilled out of Central Asia on their way to India and Africa. I found Afghanistan to be a wonderful and beautiful and ecologically absolutely fascinating country. As Peter has said, it's got these sort of extraordinary ranges of habitats, incredibly high mountains, low areas of the hot. I think I've spent some of the hottest days of my life in Afghanistan, and certainly some of the coldest nights. So it's a place of extraordinary interest to a biologist. So when I found that Nasreen was interested in developing this idea, of course I had to become involved. It's been 2/3 of a lifetime since I was there, but it is a country to which I owe a great debt because it was the first time I'd been in deserts and in grasslands, and I learned so much as an ecologist by being there. I want to change places and tell you about another botanic garden, and one that is under an enormous political burden. About a decade ago, I was invited to go and talk in Israel. And I said, I will come, but I will only come if I can have an invitation to talk in Palestine too. And so I gave a seminar at Al-Quds University. Al-Quds University is surrounded on 3 sides by an enormous wall with some very fierce-looking people who are armed standing on top of it. But below that, and next to the biology department at Al-Quds, is a small medicinal garden. And it left a very deep impression on me in 2 ways. First of all, it's just simply a beautiful place. But it also connects to a long and distinguished legacy of Islamic science in plants, for the reasons we've heard, and medicinal plants. And I thought that's a way of teaching the students there about the fact that the botany of that area is fascinating and interesting and useful and important, and in a way that's real. You can go up and you can touch the plants. It's a very real experience. But it also connects to this extraordinary sort of intellectual legacy. And I think my enthusiasm for what I think we're going to be able to achieve is to be able to do the same thing in what is clearly a terribly difficult time for this country, a difficult time for the people there. I think it gives them a chance to connect to not only their biological heritage, but their scientific heritage too. And as Ari said, it's all about our children. It's how we inspire them. And I think this has a great capacity to inspire them, to tell them about those heritages, and to get them to be concerned about the future of the country's plant diversity, its diversity in general, which is amazing. And with that, build a better country. Thank you.